Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle, and it's called Chaconopia 101 by Mad Tyus. And here are the rules. We have 1. Chaos construction rules, where the grid has to be divided into 9 regions of orthogonally connected cells. Each row, column, and region has to contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. So as an example, 7, 8, 9, this would be a valid orthogonally connected region. Because what orthogonally connected means is that you can go from any cell in the region to any other cell in the region just by going through edges, all while staying within the region. So if you try to go from this cell to this cell, you would be able to go that way, all while staying within the region just by going through edges. This is not a valid region because for this cell, to get to any other cell in the region, it would have to either go outside the region or go through a corner, which is not allowed. So that is how orthogonally connected cell regions work. Or it's an example of it. We have roles in this puzzle where cells take on roles if certain conditions are met. These roles increase the value of those cells. Only if none of those conditions which are described below is met, the value of a cell is its digit. If more than one condition is met, the cell always takes the role with the highest value. So we've done one of these puzzles before, but just to try to describe it easier, every cell in the grid has a value, and if it has no roles, its value is its digit. If it can qualify for more than one role, it will take the highest value role possible. And that's basically how I would describe it. Here are the rules. 2.1, role mechanics and values. X equals digit in a cell. You have farmer, whose value is 2 times X. And to become a farmer, a cell needs at least X cells, including itself, of its own region in the 3x3 area centered on the cell. So, for example, say we had this cell was the cell. Then we would look at the 3x3 area centered on that cell and count how many cells are in the same region as it. So, for example, if this were a 7, this would not be a farmer because you have only 4 cells in the same region as it in the 3x3 area centered on that cell. But if this were, say, 4, this would then have a value of 2 times 4 because we do satisfy the farmer requirement here, where we have to have it at least 4 cells in the same region as itself, centered around in the 3x3 area. In the 3x3 area centered around this cell. So that would fulfill the farmer area. We also have merchant, which has a value of 3 times its digit. And to become a merchant, there has to be at least one foreign region that occupies at least X orthogonally and or diagonally touching cells of the considered cell. So you also look at this 3x3 area surrounding the cell, and you see how many cells the surrounding area is of the same region. And if a region satisfies that number of cells, so say for example this were an entire region here, then if this were say a 5, this would have a value of 3 times 5. Because this is all the same region, and it occupies 5 of the cells in the 3x3 area that's centered around this cell. Right? So it occupies 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So because it occupies at least 5, then this value of the cell would then be 15. Or if it's it would be basically a merchant. And that's how merchant works. And finally, we have diplomat. And to become a diplomat, a cell has to be orthogonally and or diagonally touched by at least X different other regions. So again, we look at this 3x3 area around this cell and say this was a different region, this was a different region, this was a different region, and then a different region here and here. Well, then this, if this were 5, the value of this would be 20 because it satisfies the diplomat role because 5 different regions at least are touching this cell in the 3x3 area around it. So that's how all the rules work. And remember, if it satisfies multiple roles, it always takes the value of the highest role, which would be like, if it satisfies all 3, if it satisfies farmer, merchant, and diplomat, it would basically take the role of diplomat. If it satisfies just farmer and merchant, it would take the role of merchant, etc., etc. And finally, we have clues, where a black number in the top right corner of a cell gives the value of that cell. So for example, the value of this cell is 7, the value of these cells are 18, the value of this cell is 9, the value of this cell is 6, the value of this cell is 24, etc., etc. So that includes the role, right? So you can obviously make some inferences from there. And then we have a black letter at the bottom right of the corner gives the role of that cell. So this cell has to be a farmer. This cell has to be a merchant. These cells have to be diplomats. So they have a farmer here, 2 merchants here, and 2 diplomats there. And so they must satisfy those criteria of the role to make them a farmer, a merchant, or a diplomat. And remember, this is only a farmer. It cannot satisfy the merchant or the diplomat because then it would be upgraded essentially to those roles. And the merchants cannot satisfy the diplomat requirement because then they would be diplomats. They would be upgraded to diplomats. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, first things first. Okay, a value of 2. Okay, so one thing is, every cell in the grid, every 1 and 2 in the grid is always going to be a farmer. And the reason why is because every cell must be part of a region that it's orthogonally connected to. It's guaranteed to have 2 cells of the same region in the 3x3 area surrounding the cell, right? Because otherwise it won't be able to connect to a region. So this has to be every 1 and 2 in the grid must be either a farmer or must be a farmer at least. So every 2 in the grid must be a 1 as a farmer because 2 doubled, 2 will always be at least a farmer. So you'll never get a 2 in value just by itself. So because of that, we know this is a farmer here, and this must be a 1. This then cannot be 1 here. We also know 24. So this is 1 and it's a farmer. Which means I think that its own it can never have a merchant surrounding it, because it can't have enough. It can't have a foreign region that occupies one of the cells in the 3x3 area surrounding it. If it were, it would not have a value of 2. It would have a value of 3, right? So since this is a value of 2, this is a 1, and it must be surrounded by its own region. Because if it had at least one digit that was in a foreign region, it would become a merchant, which would have a value of 3. Okay, this has a value of 4, so it cannot be a merchant. It's either a farmer of 2 or 4, which is not a farmer. But, and it cannot be 4, which is not a farmer, a diplomat, or a merchant, which is possible actually here. So this is 2 or 4 here. We're not sure. It could be a farmer with 2, or it could be a merchant with, sorry, not a merchant, a normal cell with 4. So that's the same for all 4 cells, right? So this is 1, 2, or 4. This is 1, 2, or 4. Okay, this is a 7. 7 can only be its own value by itself. So it cannot satisfy farmer, cannot satisfy merchant, cannot satisfy diplomat. Well, that's pretty easy to not satisfy, so this must be 7 here. 24 is only going to be a value of either 3 times 8. Oh, that's another thing. 8s and 9s cannot be... 8s and 9s can only be up to farmer. If you try to have an 8 or a 9 be a diplomat, obviously that doesn't work, because then you have 8 different regions other than its own region touching itself, which would mean it's not orthogonally connected to the rest of its region. If you have 9, obviously that really doesn't work, because they're not... It has its own region in its own cell. 7 can actually be, I think, and it can't be a merchant, right? Because then it has to be 8 cells in the surrounding 3x3 area that are all contained within one foreign region. So 8 and 9 cannot be merchants or diplomats. 1 and 2 have to be at least a farmer in value. 7 could be a diplomat, could be merchant, and could be farmer. So farmers, you have to have 1 and 2 have to be farmers. 3 through 9 could be farmers. 3 through 7, 1 through 7, I should say, can be merchants, and 1 through 7 could be diplomats. Anyways, we have a 15 here, which has to be a value of 3 times 5, because there's no 2 times anything that gets a value, 2 or 4 times anything that gives you a value of 15. So this has to be 3 times 5, which means it's a merchant, which means there's one other region that occupies at least 5 of, basically 5 of the 3x3 region surrounding the cell, which must be a foreign region. So this must be a foreign region. So we're going to draw boundaries around the entire grid. And then we know these are boundaries because this must satisfy the merchant role. This is 18. So either it's 2 times 9, which is not possible because these cells are not part of its region, or it's 3 times 6. So this must be 6, which means a foreign region contains at least 6 of the cells. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has to be a region by itself. Oops. This has to be the region because there must be one foreign region which has 6 cells in the surrounding 3x3 in the 3x3 box centered on this cell. And it has to be these because it cannot go around here because that would be a region greater than 9. So this is its border here, which means this must be a 4 because it's not part of the same region. Actually, it could still be a 2 as a farmer. Anyway, this region has to go out here, so it'll be like that. So it could be 4 or 2 still. This is a merchant, and it cannot be... okay, this is gray, dark, medium gray region cannot be the same as this region here, because that would be too large. So, to satisfy this merchant, where there's a foreign region that occupies at least X orthogonally and diagonally touching cells, basically the cells surround in the 3x3 box surrounding this cell, it can be at most 5. It cannot be 1, 2, 1, or 5 though, so it must be 2, 3, or 4 here as a merchant. This has a value of either 3 or 9. Because it's either 3 times 3 or it's 9 as a value. And this must be 3 or 9. Oh, interesting. Right, so the only way to get a 9 in value is just have a 9 in there or have 3 times 3. That eliminates 3 and 9 in the rest of the column. Okay. To get a value of 18, again, to get a value of 24, you cannot have a merchant be 8, right? Because 3 times 8 would work, would get the right value, but that means it has to have one foreign region occupying 8 cells in the 3x3 cells surrounding, which means it's never connecting to another region. So this cannot be 8. This is a 6 then, and it's orthogonally connected. Sorry, it has its own region, which it's orthogonally connected to, and then it must have 6 others, at least foreign regions, other regions that it touches in the 3x3 area surrounding it. Interesting. What else do we have? We have 18 here. This cannot be 6 times 3. It has to be 2 times 9. Because of this cell. So this must be its own region in itself. So we're going to make this dark, I guess. And this is the border of its region because it's 9 cells. This is a farmer, so it has up to 4 cells in there. This has to be a separate region because it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is orange. And these have to be medium gray or orange. We're not sure which. This orange, though, must go out this way. It can't be part of the gray because that's too many cells. So it has to go out, so it must go out there. So we know this is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at most. So this cannot be medium gray. It's part of orange. This merchant sees at most 3 cells of a foreign region that occupies some of its cells. So this must be 1, 2, or 3 here as a merchant. So this satisfies that. This, if it were not gray, it has to go out this way. this would have to have its own region go out. So this would be 1 region, 2, 3, 4, 5, but its own region would have to exit out. So this cannot be, this has to be part of gray then. Otherwise it doesn't work. So this is gray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at most, so this cannot be medium gray. This could be medium gray, but it cannot go out this way, right? If it goes out, then we still have the same problem, right? This is 1 region, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then this region has to go out itself. So this is at most 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means these have to be medium gray, guaranteed. That's not true. It could actually... Okay. Well, actually, that is true. It's either these 5 or it's these 5. Well, it can't be these 5 because this is a 6 and that's a 6. Okay, so this is definitely blocked. So then it does have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at most. It can't be 6 because then this 6 doesn't satisfy the diplomat. So these are not orange. They're dark or medium. This is dark here. This is 1, 2, 3 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. 1 through 5 there. In this light region, we need a 3 or a 9. So that means it has to be 3 or 9 here, because none of these could be 3 or 9 because of the 3-9 pair in the column. This is a 6. This is a diplomat. It could... Okay, so if it's orange, there's just not enough spaces for the orange, right? So it has to be at least 3 here to get through. Then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 regions if this were orange. If this were not orange, the orange has to continue here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would have to be part of its own region going out. So this would also be 4 at most. We have 18 here again. 18 is either 3 times 6. Oh, so this must be 9 also. So this is a 9. I guess we'll make this red. Because it can't be 6 because of the... So this can't be 9 then. So to multiply to 18, you have to be 2 times 9 or 3 times 6. And it can't be 3 times 6 because of the 6 in the column. So this is 9. That eliminates 9 here. So this is 3, which makes that a 9. Let's see. That means this has to be a 9 here, because there's no other place for the 9 in the light region. This 3 is a merchant, so that means one foreign region must be at least 3 cells. It could be green. That's possible. This 9 means this can't be 9 here. This must be a 6. This could be green. $12 can be multiple things. 12 could be 6 times 2, but it can't be because of the 6 in the column. It could be 3 times 4 or 4 times 3. So this is a 3 or 4 here. We have a 6 here, so this cannot be 6 here. It could be 3 as a farmer, or 2 as a merchant. If it were 3 as a farmer, the problem is it would also be 3 as a merchant, right? Because we have one foreign region containing 3 of the cells centered, 3 of the cells in the 3 by 3 area centered on that cell. So this cannot be 3 then. This has to be 2 as a merchant. So that cell then cannot have two or more regions which are in the 3x3 area. So this has to be the same region. Could be green, could be a separate region, but we know this is its own region here. Remaining digits in the light region. We have what? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. But none of these can be 3. This can't be 6, this can't be 6, and this can't be 6. So 6 is one of these two. What are the cells in this red region? We have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This obviously can't be 2. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. These can't be 1. And these can't be 5 because of the cells in different cells in the columns. This can't be 6 either. So this sees 6 different regions as a diplomat. This sees 6 cells in the same region. Okay, we have 8 here. So it could be an 8 by itself. It cannot be 1. It could be 2 times 4, but it can't be. Or 4 times 2. So this is 4 or 8. Okay, this is a diplomat. So, okay, this cell, it cannot be a separate region than this, either the gray or the other one. It has to be the gray or match this one, because otherwise it's just not going to be able to form a 9-cell region otherwise. So we have one region here, 2, 3, 4. This has to go out somewhere, so that would be one of these eliminated, so it's 5 and 6. So this must be part of this region or part of this region. We're not sure which. This cell must go, so this has to actually go out somewhere. It could go out this way. That's fine. It could go out that way or that way. This is its own separate region. So this is its own separate region itself. It's a diplomat. It must go out itself. 6 can't be here or 6 can't be here. So 6 in the dark region. So, okay, let's fill out the dark region. 1 through 8, but 5 cannot be here. 7 cannot be here. These can't be 6 and these can't be 6. Maybe. I don't feel like that's a better way of doing things. Yeah, let's clear this out. Just, it clutters things up. Okay, this has to be, again, 4 or 8. This is its own separate region than these. This 6 goes out somewhere. We don't know which. It could be part of green. It cannot be part of gray, because gray already has a 6. In the red region, where is the 6? Where in the gray region, where's the 6? It has to be one of these two. That eliminates 6 here, no 6 here, no 6 here, so one of these two is 6. Oh, this is 2, which eliminates 2 here, so this is a 4. Right, that doesn't satisfy the farmer, merchant, or diplomat. This could all be the same region, so there's that possibility. If that's the case, say this was all the same region. The problem is, what happens with this cell? It must go through the 6 because it's blocked by the gray. And if it tries to do that, it has to go through. And then this is not surrounded by 6 other regions, right? You'd have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a region. So this cannot all be the same region, because if it were, then again, you would have this as the most, and then this would be 1, 2, 3. This would have to be a separate cell. So this has to be blocked this way, which means this is all. So let's actually make this not red. We'll make that yellow, and we'll make this red. I don't know. I have a stickler for like having things that are sort of in the same region area. So this has to be green up to here. We don't know if it matches green there or this is green. So this is green or medium. This could be green, or it could be some other region. This has to go out this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This cannot be 2. Can it actually... It could be a 4. Because it's 1, 2, 3. It'll be only 8 and then 9. And that's 3 cells in a 3x3 region surrounding it. Of the same region. Merchant. One foreign region that occupies at least 4 orthogonally connecting regions? I don't think that's possible, right? We know for the 6. Yeah, I don't think it can be 4 here. Which with the value as a merchant, because none of these can be 4, right? Either this is green, which makes that 2, and then this... Oh, that's not possible. So if green goes all the way here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The problem is this is both... Actually, that works. Gray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That works, actually. Never mind. So green could be here. But say this was a separate region and green went here, right? This would be 2 at most of a foreign region. This would be 2 at most, because this has to get out somewhere. And this would be 2 at most. So the merchant would not satisfy 4. So this has to be at least 3. And it's a diplomat. Okay, and we already have 1, 2, and 3 as separate regions. So that satisfies that's fine. Can this be a diplomat of 1? Yes. It already fulfills that, so that's fine. 6 has to be... Well, 6 could be here. 2 has to be in the green region, and it cannot be any of these. So 2 has to be one of these 3. Where are the 3s in green and red? One of them can be in column 1, but column 2, 3, and 4... Well, 2 and 3 cannot be. 4 could be. Gray has to have 1, 4, and 9. So it could be 1, 4, 9 here. 9 cannot be either of these, so 9 for the gray has to be either here or here. Excuse me. No, we don't have anything there yet. Right, you could have 3 there. This is a diplomat that's definitely next to 2 different regions. So it could be 1, 2. I don't know what else it could be. 1, 2. This could be orange, I guess. Um, this red only extends to one of these, so this could, it's not green. This could be red. This could be green. This could be orange. Cannot be yellow. It could be a separate pink region. We'll make this pink and this blue. This could be orange. Can it ever be another region, though? Okay, this can never be next to red. Cannot be next to light. That means the other 6 regions have to be touching it. So if it's green, that forces this to be orange, right? Because it cannot be next to light or yellow. So this is guaranteed to be orange here, which means this must be orange that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blue can never touch yellow, cannot be red. Sorry, this cell can never touch red, yellow, dark, medium, or light. So red, yellow, dark, medium, or light. So this is 4 at most. No, it's 2, 1 or 2, because it can't touch itself either. It can't touch blue. So light, medium, dark, yellow, and red can never actually be in the 3x3 box surrounding this cell. And blue counts as its own region. So this is 1 or 2 then. This is, okay, so pink has to go this way. It could go this way or this way. We don't know. So pink could go either of these. Blue has to go one of those 2 ways. Orange can go up to here. So blue could be any of these. And then red is only so much. So pink, so this can't be blue because that would block the pink in as a region. So this cannot be blue. Pink has to go to one of those at least, and it has to go to there at least. It could go to here. Cannot block off blue as a region. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 already as a possibility. But pink could... I don't know. Cannot block off all blue, so none of these could be pink. But pink technically could go all the way around to here. Orange, we only have one other cell, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Can this be 4 times 2? Yes. Very, very, very easily. This cannot be, it can be 1 as a diplomat. If it's 2, I don't know. This is 6. So if it's pink, that means the blue must be surrounding it, which is possible, right? Or if it's blue, can it ever be blue? We would have 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this other region would only have 5. So this can never be blue. This has to be pink. Since this is pink, it either connects this way. That means blue has to go this way. So this cannot be orange. This is blue, blue. This is guaranteed to be pink also. So that's 1, 2, 3. Therefore, the other ones. So either this is pink or this is pink here. I don't think pink can, no, pink has to orthogonally connect to this area. So it's one of these two cells. So these cannot be pink. Both of those are blue. That's 5 blues. This satisfies farmer if it's 4. So it could be blue here. Okay, this is a diplomat. It can only have 2 at most. So this is 1 or 2 here. Because it only has 2 other foreign regions touching it. Or in the 3x3 area surrounding the central cell. This has to be pink. We don't know about this. Can it ever actually go here? 1, 2. Now? Probably not. It's only one of these. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has to be pink here. So this is not blue. This is not blue. Right? 1, 2, 3 at most. Only one of these at most. 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these at most. 6, 7. That means these must be pink here. But we know one of these is pink and one of these is pink. So that's 1. So this is at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this could be pink, but these cannot. So these are both blue. Okay. Okay, that's still fine. Diplomat, diplomat. This is a farmer, so up to 4. This could very well be a farmer. That satisfies that. Merchant. So if this is 2, there is a foreign region that occupies at least 2 cells. So this would have to be a 6 in value. So this cannot be 2. It already satisfies 4 as a farmer because all of these are blue guaranteed. So this cannot be 4. This is 1, which forces this to be 2. This one also eliminates 1 here, so that's 2, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the row. That means whereas the 2 in the green region, it has to be here. So this cannot be medium, so this can't be green. So this is orange or pink. We don't know which. This is done as a region. So this must be 2 here. Where the medium region, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this cannot be orange. Therefore, that's done as a region. Whereas the 9 in this gray region, it has to be here. Whereas the 1 and 4, they have to be here. That eliminates 1 in the rest of the row. This 1 and 2 eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the column. This is orange. It sees 2 other regions. This is a boundary. Okay. This is a 1-4 pair. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's a 4. Where is the 2 in the yellow region? Cannot be here. Cannot be here because of 2 in the rows. Can't be here because 2 is in the column. So this must be a 2 here, which eliminates 2 in the rest of column 3. Well, where is the 2 in the light gray region? It has to be one of these 3. Where is the 2 in the dark region? Cannot be here because, or here, because the 2 is in the column. Can't be here because 2 is in the row, so this must be a 2 here, which eliminates 2 here. Where is the 2 in the medium gray region? Cannot be any of these cells, so it must be one of these 4. Cannot be any of these 3 because 2 is in the column, so this must be a 2 here, which eliminates 2 here. Where is the 2 in the light region? It must be here. So this is 2, which forces this to be 3. Remaining digits in the medium gray region are 3, 5, and 8. That eliminates 3, 5, and 8 in the rest of the row. That leaves just a 6, 7 pair in that row 1. Okay. Remaining digits in row 3. We have 5, 7, 8. Okay. That's fine. Remaining digits of the light region. We have 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This can't be 3. These cannot be 6 because of the 6 in the column. So again, 6 is one of those 2. Okay, remaining digits in column 5. We have only 5 and 8 remaining. Okay. Remaining digits of column 3. No 1, 2, 3. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This can't be 4 or 6 because of the 4 in the region and the 6 in the row. These are whatever. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are guaranteed one of these is a blue, but we don't know about this one. Okay. These 4 cells in column 1 must match these green cells here. We have a 2 already, so one of these is a 9. We don't know which. And then whatever cells here must be there, and 5, 7, or 8 has to be one of these. How many 9s do we have? Okay, yeah, 9 we know one of those is there. Where are the remaining 2s? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have all the 2s remaining. So we have 8, sorry, we have 8 2s remaining, which means we know where the last 2 has to be. It has to be here. So since this is a 2, this cannot be blue here. That's pink. Since this is pink, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pinks, which means this cannot be pink. This is orange, which means this can't be orange. That's blue. Whoops, not orange. So then we know these boundaries. So this is a boundary, this is a boundary, these are boundaries. Obviously, this is a boundary. This 6 in the orange region means this can't be 6, so this is 7, which makes this 6. That eliminates 6 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 6. This is 7. These 5 have to be the same as these. So 4 has to be one of these cells here. And this can't be 4. 4 is one of these 3. 4 in the yellow region must be one of those. 4 cannot be here, so 4 has to be one of those 2 in the dark region. Where is the 4 in row 5? It has to be in the orange region. Okay. Interesting. So if this were an 8, the problem is this could not be blue. This would have to be... So the pink could go something like that. Or the pink could go something like that. But if the pink goes this way, this can never be 8. It would be 4. But that's okay. Pink can never have a 4 here. I guess this could be 4 also. So this could be 4. Pink can never have 4 here. Pink's 4 has to be one of these 3. Interesting. Blue's 4 is obviously one of these. What about 3s? Where is the 3 in the blue region? Cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, and can't be here. Can't be in these cells because of the 3's in the row in the column. Can't be here because it must multiply as a value to 8, which 3 cannot with another integer. So 3 has to be here, which makes this blue. So this cannot be pink. This is blue. That forces the pink to go down here. This can't be pink anymore. That has to be the red. So this, it cannot be blue. It's pink, and we have the region now. Okay. So this 4 here means this can't be 4 here. Remaining digits in the pink region. We have to have a 1. 1 cannot be here, 1 cannot be here, so 1 has to be here. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's a 4, which makes this 1, which makes that 4. That eliminates 4 in the rest of the region, so this cannot be 4 and column. This has to be 4, 7, or 9. This must be 7 or 9 here. We have a 1 here, which means where's the 1 in the red region? Cannot be here, cannot be here, it must be here. Because of the 1's in the row. The 1 cannot be here. Where's the 1 in the green region? Can't be here anymore, so it must be here. So that's 1, which eliminates 1 here. This can't be 1, this can't be 1. Where's the 1 in the yellow region? It must be here. We have 1 in the orange region, which is one of these two. and 1 in the dark region, which could be any, cannot be here because of the 1 in the column. So it can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, so 1 has to be one of those two. Okay. This cell in the red region cannot be any of these cells, so it must be here. So this is 7 or 9 also. We have a 4, 7, 9 triplet in row 8, which eliminates 4, 7, 9 in the rest of the row, so that leaves this as 5, 6, and 8 here. And this can't be 5 because of the 5 in the column. These can't be 4 anymore because of the 4 in the column, whereas the 4 in the yellow region, it must be here. So this is 4. One of these two is a 6. Remaining digits in column 4. We have 3, 6, 7, 8, and none of these can be 3. So this is 6, 7, 8, and obviously this can't be 6. This must then be a 3. This can't be 6 anymore because of the 6 in the column. This has to be a 5. That's the only remaining digit in the yellow region. That means this is 7 or 8 because of the 7, 8 pair in the column. 9 has to be one of these. This could be 5, 7, 8, or 9 here. We have a 5, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet in row 9, which eliminates 5, 7, 8, 9 in the rest of the row. So this has to be 6. Let's see. 3 cannot appear in the orange region in row 5. So where's the 3 in row 5? It has to be here. So that's a 3 there. Remaining digits in row 5 are 4, 5, 7, 8. And they cannot be 7 because of the 7 already in the orange region. So we have a 4, 5, 8 triplet in row 5, which eliminates 4, 5, 8 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 5 or 8, so it's 7. That eliminates 7 and 8 in the 7 in the rest of the column. So this becomes a 3, 8 pair. That eliminates 3 and 8 in the rest of the column and the rest of the region. So this can't be 8. This is 7. This can't be 8 or 7. It's 5. That eliminates 5 here. Where is a 7 in the blue region? It cannot be here because the 7 cannot multiply to with any integer to 8. This can't be 7 because of the 7 in the column, so one of these two is a 7, which eliminates 7 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 7. We have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in the yellow region, so this cannot be 8. This is 7. This has to be 4, 5, or 8 because of the remaining cells in row 6. These are 6, 7, 8, and 9. This can't be 6, though, because of the 6 in the column. Where's the 6 in the dark region? Cannot be here or here because of the 6 in the boxes. So this must, or 6 in the columns. So this must be 6 here. That eliminates 6 here. This can't be 7. One of these two is a 6 here. Okay. Remaining digits in the... Oh, this can't be 7 because of a 7 in the green region. So remaining digits in the green region are 5, 6, and 8. That eliminates 5, 6, and 8 in the rest of the column, so this cannot be 8. Therefore, this is a 7, 9 pair. That eliminates 7 and 9 in the rest of the red region, so this is 8. 7 has to be one of these two. Okay. Remaining digits in the orange region are 1 and 9. Because we have a 4, 5, 8 triplet already in that region. So this can't be 9 because of the 9 in the row, so this is 1, which makes that 9. This 1 eliminates 1 as a possibility here, so where's the 1 in the dark region? It must be here. We should have 9 ones now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do. For the 9s, this cannot be 9, and this can't be 9. So where's the 9 in the blue region? It must be here. Since this is 9, that eliminates 9 here, so this must be 7. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 7, which makes this 9, which makes that 7. So none of these could be 7. This 9 here eliminates 9 here, so it's 4, which makes that 9. This 4 eliminates 4 here. This 7 eliminates 7 here. Where's the 7 in the dark region? It has to be here. This could fulfill 8 because it's not a farmer of 8. One of these is a 5 here because 5 cannot be here. So this cannot be 5 here. This can't be 5 because of the 5 in the row. We have, what, 3, 4, 6, 8 remaining. But this can't be 6 because of the 6 in the region. So where's the 6 in row 2? It has to be here. That makes this 6, which eliminates 6 here. This is 3, 5, or 8. This is a farmer. It has 3 or 4, so that's fine. Do we stop? I don't know. Might need to start coloring like 5 8s and whatever. Okay, let's just make sure these roles are satisfied. We have a 4 here. It cannot be farmer, merchant, or diplomat. And to be farmer, it would need 4 cells of the same region that are in the surrounding 3 by 3 box. We only have 2. Merchant, there cannot be one foreign region that occupies 4 of the cells in the 3 by 3 box. None of them are. And it cannot be touching 4 other different regions, which it's not. So that's fine. 1 farmer has at least 1 cell in its region in the 3 by 3 box. That's fine. 15, which means it's a merchant. 5, 3. To become a merchant, there's 1 foreign region that occupies 5 cells. That works. This is a farmer. Oh, it cannot be a merchant. That's the key. This can't be a merchant because if it's a merchant, then that would... And we know these 3 are in the same foreign region, so this cannot be 3. This has to be 4, which makes this 8. So there's that. Then that eliminates 8 here, so this is 5. This can't be 5 or 8, so it's 3. Okay, so then that was what we were looking for. This can't be a merchant, so that means 3 doesn't work there anymore. So this can't be 4. This can't be 5. We have a 5, 8, 5, 8 pair in column 7. So that eliminates 5 and 8 in the rest of the column. So this is 3, this is 8. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so it's 8, which makes this 5, which makes that 8. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 3. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5, which makes that 8. This 5 and 8 eliminate 5 and 8 here, so that's 4. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so that's 5. This 4 here eliminates 4 here, so it's 8. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 6. This can't be 6 or 8, so it's 5. This can't be 5 or 8, so it's 4. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 5 and 8. And just let's go through this to make sure this is all satisfied. So we had the farmer. We started at the farmer. And it's not touching 4 different regions, so it's not a diplomat. 18, it's a merchant. So it must have one region, foreign region, that occupies at least 6 cells, which it does. And it's not touching 6 other regions, which it's not. 18 here, as a farmer, it's a 9. So it has to have in the cells surrounding the 3x3 box surrounding the cell, it must have 9 cells in the same region, which it does. This is a merchant, so it has to have one foreign region occupying at least 3, which it is. It cannot be touching 3 foreign regions, which it's not. So that satisfies that. Merchant, a foreign region has at least 4 cells, which this does, and it's not touching 4 different regions, which it's not. It's touching 2. 7, it does not have 7 cells as a farmer, and it's not having one region taking up 7 cells in the 3x3 region, which it's not. And obviously, I guess you could technically have 7 as a diplomat too. It's not touching 7 different regions, so that's fine. This 9 does not have 9 as a farmer. It cannot be a merchant or diplomat as a 9. So it doesn't have 9 cells in the 3x3 box surrounding it in the region. This 6 must be a diplomat, and it must be touching 6 regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's fine. This 12, or this is a diplomat. It's touching 2 other regions, so that satisfies that. This is a diplomat. 3 is touching 1, 2, 3, 4 regions, so that's fine. This is a diplomat. It's touching 2 other regions, so that's fine. This 18 is this 6, sorry, is a merchant, and it must be 3 times 2, and a foreign region has 2 cells in the surrounding 3x3 box, which it is. This is 18 as a farmer, which means in the 3x3 box surrounding it, it must have its own region. That is satisfied. This 18 is a 6, which means it's a merchant. It can't have 6 foreign regions touching it, which it doesn't, and it must have one foreign region that occupies 6 cells in the 3x3 box around it, and it does. This 8 cannot be a farmer, which it barely isn't. It's 7, and 8 can never be merchant or diplomat. This 9, it must be 3x3. So it's a merchant, which means the foreign region occupies at least 3 cells in the 3x3 region around it, which it does. This 1 means it's diplomat, which means it must be orthogonally touched by a different region, which it is. And this 4 cannot be a farmer, which means it can't have 4 or more cells in the same region or in the 3x3 box surrounding it, which it does. So let's finish this off. This is 6 and that's 8. Yep. Pretty decent. Like, this wasn't bad. This was definitely easier than the other one I did, and I think that Matthias was kind of he underestimated how difficult his original puzzles were, so he's making these a little bit easier. And this was definitely easier. Yeah, for me, it's in between challenging and hard, but, you know, always err on the side of more difficult, I guess, I would say. So hard is fine for this puzzle. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.